Greetings, Pokefans. Zack Attack here, and today we're reacting to more Play More Draft League P4G, and so it's week 5 of the season, and we're reacting to their battle. Why is this legendary Pokemon allowed? Week 5 against the Vancouver Titangs, and the coach is Gravy. Haven't checked them out? You should go ahead and do that right after this battle. And we finally don't have a 20-minute video, so that's nice. Also, it's 4 more weeks into the season, this one and 3 more. Week 6 is going to be against Ellie. Week 7 against Shuckle King, who is currently undefeated. And week 8 is against Uzi, who Playmore is 0-2 against. And, well, I've promoted Uzi's stuff on the channel before. You all know how he is. He's great. Love him to death. But, we're going to go ahead and watch this battle. So if you haven't already, like and subscribe. And if you like what you see. And let's go on ahead and get into the battle with Bubby the GOAT. I'm in the suit. Let's do this thing.
We're officially past the halfway point in this Play More season, and we have had some very high highs and some very low lows, with our best win ever and our worst loss ever, with some of our shortest battles ever attached to both of them. It's been pretty good on the whole, though, with a 3-1 record. But Tyler, as we take on the Vancouver Titangs, this is the most important game of the season so far, as the difference between 4-1 and 3-2 is hard to overstate in an 8-week season. There just isn't that many other games.
Why are they showing Seabads? Where's Gravy stuff? What, Bubby, what happened? What, how could Landon make such a careless mistake? Landon! Okay, so in all seriousness though, he has a Raikou as his first overall pick. That's the legendary they're scared of. He has an Indeedee that can Psychic Surge and set up Psychic Terrain for things like Unburdened Psychic Seed Hawlucha. He also has an Armor-Rouge as well with weak armor. That could be scary. He has a Duraludon on his team, for crying out loud, which is going to be his primary rock setter. He has things like Skuntank, and Scrafty, and a few other Pokemon that are really threatening into our side. Of course, we do have there are some other big threats too. I don't remember them all. I can't read them all off because I'm not in front of me. But it's going to be a pretty tough matchup, all things considered, because Psychic Terrain is pretty good into our team. So there are a few things I don't expect from our side. Like, I don't expect Blaziken, unfortunately, even though I know Tyler once probably took the over on Blaziken again. Bubby might not come. I would love to see Bubby. I would love to see Bubby in action. But yeah, let's just go on ahead and see what the coach brought. With the other side of Brock, because this is not their team.
To play after this one.
Well, there's an added importance to it when you consider that 2 of our last 3 games are against familiar teams and familiar coaches that we know are very talented in Shuckle King, who is undefeated and ranked number 1 in the league right now, and Uzi, who we most certainly know from our 2 past leagues, just how talented of a battler he is. So it is very important to keep things rolling today. For my pockets, it's very important to see Blaziken get back on track today. Would like to see our MVP get things rolling again, but I'll take a win above all else in this battle.
If you want to find out exactly what Pokemon we're bringing in, why, please watch the team builder that our coach has made.
Link in the description below.
Linked in the description.
Always
Tyler,
is.
Looking at the team that was brought pretty quickly, I'm not seeing Blaziken. I'm seeing my MVP, Crocodile, which is
okay, so this is the team. Choice Band Frostlass, Assault Vest Hatterene, Custap Berry Galvantula, Pyappa Berry Tentacruel, Rocky Helmet Terra Fairy Altaria, and Choice Scarf Crocodile. That is actually insane. I don't really see too much choice scarf and custard berry from the Beneral. I actually think this is the first time I've seen custard berry used by the Beneral. But yeah, this is a very interesting team. Let's see what our opponent brought.
Exciting. Let's get into the battle and see how this goes. There's our coach, looking confident and incredible as always. Crocodiles there, no Blaziken. I'm fine with that, I'll be honest. And looking at the others.
Okay, Duraludon, easy rock setter. Armor Rouge, probably there's a Calm Mind weak armor. Hopefully it's not weakness policy. That was in the notes by the Beneral, I'm pretty sure. If it's weakness policy, it just sweep, and it is weak armor, it sweeps our entire team. Scrafty is an Intimidate user, so it could be running that, probably defensive. Skuntank, definitely going to be defensive for sure. Can be scary offensively, you don't want to sleep on it, but I'm not really too worried about that thing offensively. I'm mostly worried about Toxic on it, but yeah, I'm not certain 100%. Raikou, though, that's the scariest Pokemon by far on the opposing side. I think there are like 3 sets of legendaries that were allowed in this low-tier league. The Loyal Beast, not the Loyal Beast, the Legendary Beast, the Loyal 3, and the Swords of Justice, because we saw Virizion last week. So, this is really... So, I really think that we could see some crazy sets on the opposing side. I'm a little worried. My biggest worry, though, is Hawlucha. It's very clearly unburdened, but what's the item? Because there's no Indeedee on the other side, so no Psychic Terrain. This is going to be a tough match. It's definitely winnable. It's not like week 2, where there was no Staraptor and sheer force, life, or Dragon Dance for Alligator ruined our life. But there could be some crazy stuff happening if the Beneral makes one wrong play. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Let's get into the battle.
Side, no Indeedee, which is actually pretty surprising as we were a little bit worried about the old Psychic Terrain. No Forgus. But we are seeing a lot of threats, Tyler.
I forgot he had a Forgus.
Raikou, Hawlucha, Armor Rouge, Scrafty, Skuntank, Duraludon. This could be hyper offense, and
very much so. That's what I'm really worried about.
Yeah, me too, because my betting favorite isn't here. What do you mean you're okay with Blaziken not being here? We're talking about...
Tyler, you're getting investigated for this.
Now, in the MVP race. I'm a little worried. You said there were some threats here. There absolutely are to my pockets. I mean, I might have to look into what's going on here. Look, I'm receiving word that there's some kind of internal investigation of team betting going on.
Tyler, what have you done?
I'm hurt mentally, emotionally, somewhat physically, but really financially by what's going on.
Yeah, well, that's what you get for putting bets down. What pick was Blaziken either? We are starting with the #1 overall pick in this league.
I'm surprised the #1 overall pick was Cookout.
Things are looking
because the legendary beasts were on the board. Everything was on the board for the taking.
Blaziken, it doesn't matter. You know
but,
what? We'll recoup your pockets
whatever.
in a different way.
Cookout played good last week, so I can't complain.
Is play-more.store. We got some Bubby plushies. We have some fantastic merch. Go get something while you still can. It supports the team. It helps out Tyler, who is not in a great spot long term. But
and there's Crocodile.
I love this league. This is actually really fantastic. We are choice scarfs, so going for stealth rocks could look a little bit weird from the outside. But if we can get stealth rocks out, force them to switch, the opponent may not know that we are choice scarf, and this could win us the game. If the opponent thinks this is a stealth rocking, more defensive Crocodile all game, Tyler.
Ooh,
oh man, are we?
And it is intimidate, so it's probably defensive.
Information right there.
that was one of the key notes that Ben wrote down for us.
Sword
It's
Stance,
going to
maybe?
look weird that this thing has the Stealth
Yeah.
Rocks and its Choice Scarf. But the hope is that when we throw those out, the opponent has no idea that it's still choiced. And because of the switch, and speed wouldn't have been an issue there anyway, but right now there's no thought of, oh, why did
he
why
didn't even
it
bring a
get
Terra
too
Captain
fast
this
to get
week,
up
I'm
those Stealth
realizing.
Rocks? That was a perfect first turn for everything we've got laid out.
Yeah, it truly could not have gone better unless we'd gotten a first turn KO, which really
Oh yeah,
was
his Terra
not in the
Captains are
cards.
Greedent and
It's nice,
Veluza.
especially with how offensive our opponent's team looks to be.
He didn't bring
Figuring
either of
exactly what
those.
is going to be defensive. Intimidate Scrafty made a lot of sense just seeing those Pokemon, but it is going to make these next few plays a little bit easier, and just Stealth Rocks in general will be nice, as the opponent has switched twice. That's not ideal with Stealth Rocks. We'll have to see.
Duraludon
Is the
time.
Duraludon that is brought out. Okay. Now, Tyler, I'm pretty confident that Hawlucha is the only Pokemon on the opponent's team that can get rid of hazards. And that's something we're worried about
with
possibly
Defog.
sweeping us.
But that's
So I
the
feel
only
really, really
hazard
good
removal.
about our chances of keeping
Defog,
Rocks up for the long
which
haul.
gets rid of his
And if we're gonna
hazards
be
and
switching
any
around each turn,
and
that's going to put
that
us
he
in a
sets
great
up
spot.
in ours.
But
So
this annoying
let's see what happens.
Rider Dragon dude could set up rocks of its own, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
And
Why does the
it's gonna
Duraludon
be
look like a
annoying
giant
with
later?
ability
With the
to stick
Eviolite,
around
that
for
thing's
a
gonna be
long time
bulky.
because it now
Like
can have
bulky.
the Eviolite, which it's already a bulky Pokemon. You throw that thing on there, it's just not fun to deal with.
Thunder!
More often than not, the Thunder.
Oh, I forgot how
It's gonna
especially
statistical
bulky
is
Tentacle
our
is. Never mind.
counter to most things that are not fun
And
to
it's not
deal with.
stab either.
That was a great read on the part of our opponent.
Yeah, that was pretty phenomenal.
So it's
We
definitely
are
special
a
Duraludon, that's
little,
for
A
sure.
little too used to how things went last week.
Draco
All of
Meteor?
the great
Flash
reads
Cannon,
being
maybe?
one-sided.
For
and
stab?
Yeah, it was just a magical time for us. This, it's good. A little reality check. That was great prep, a great move. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if Ben is running a calc to see if Mirror Coat makes a lot of sense here.
Oh yeah, because if it stays in and
Yep.
it thunders, but
That is what makes
maybe
the most
He was super
sense.
excited. Great. Didn't get the chance.
that would have been so
Dang,
cool.
that's the opposite.
And
of
he's
the first
bringing
turn.
in the
First turn
Skuntank.
Really worked out for us in so many ways. They don't know that Crocodile Scarfed.
Yeah, that was the bold
And
play.
they
Knockoff
probably
would have
are
just
gonna
been the
guess
safe
that
play.
without Black Sludge that we are going
I
to
probably
bury.
Knockoff was
So
definitely the better
Tentacles
play there.
is
But regardless
it's
of
not
whether you
gone.
switch or not,
It's
just getting rid of that
retweeted,
Eviolite would
I
have been
would say,
huge.
Unfortunately.
It's used in terms of the super bold strategy.
Yeah.
It's gone. But the good thing about Tentacle is its stats are so good, and it's got such a wide range of moves that it's always going to be useful as a bulky pivot in this battle.
Knockoff.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It's
Get
what you
rid of the
expect
Rocky
from
Helmet on
a
Nami.
Skuntank just in general. And we do have Earthquake on this, so we have fantastic coverage for whatever they want to switch in if we do want to make a prediction. But something I've been talking
So
about is
probably just stay in an EQ, right, on the burrito.
Because obviously, if you come Fairy here, you're just going to be weak to poison moves, and we no longer have the Rocky
Roar.
Helmets. That can be frustrating.
That could
But I
work
do
with
like
Stealth
the idea
Rocks.
of Roar, as we do have the Stealth Rocks out, just to see what switches in and kind of mess with the
Wait,
opponent a
the
bit.
Skuntank might have taunt.
I don't know, it'll be interesting. You don't want to give them momentum,
Does it have
but maybe you
taunt?
want to heal
Because if it
first.
does, EQ is just the better safe play.
But I don't think there's a bad option. There's just
Altaria is in a kind of a weird spot this battle because it's built defensively and it's a really good defensive check, but its role changes, like you mentioned, when it decides to Terra, because then it becomes really important offensively against Scrafty and Hawlucha. So
yeah,
I don't know for sure how Ben's going to handle this because you want to keep Altaria around as long as you can.
Ooh.
And that did not.
Oh, okay, so it did taunt. So okay.
Yeah, no,
But that thing is very Fizz Death.
The
That thing is, it's not max Fizz Death, but it's definitely Fizz Death with Black Sludge.
Damage on us, that's not going to be amazing. But I do like chipping down that Skuntank. You know, that is not a Pokemon that resists Stealth Rocks.
Or do we just not have very much offensive?
If it was weak, of course, but hey, that thing switching in to take a hit, probably not going to be able to do that.
How much offensive missing do we have on Altaria?
I feel pretty good about this, but I am slightly annoyed about that. Just slightly irritating. Just protect Skuntank. Not exactly what I expected to see. Annoying.
It's a weird spot for the opponent because the only thing you're going to switch into an Earthquake is Hawlucha on their side, and you don't want to switch that in against Altaria.
Yeah.
So I fully understand what they're doing because realistically
Okay,
it was the safest thing in that
who's
spot.
coming in?
And you want to put Ben in
The
a spot
Ralladon.
where he's more likely to want to switch that Altaria out because he senses that stalemate is happening.
Well, I also think it's worth mentioning that Skuntank's
Good golly, that
and
did
we
nothing.
are not really in a spot where we can handle Skuntank, at least switching into it very easily outside of the Altaria. So I think both coaches were in kind of a weird spot. Did Taunt wear off?
I don't think Taunt wore off yet. I didn't see Nami shook off the Taunt yet.
I don't remember seeing it. I wouldn't be shocked if it did. You'll just have to tell me.
If the Protect would have worked in our favor.
Yeah, okay.
I'm assuming so because I trust our coach.
Yeah, no, I absolutely trust him, and I sometimes miss things in these battles.
We don't miss a thing.
We've been right every time we've spoken.
There's EQ from
Okay.
Nami.
Nice chip damage on something that's not going to be able to heal up.
Flash Cannon.
Flash Cannon. We aren't fairy yet, so that's not doing too much.
Now shook off Taunt.
Okay.
Okay.
I was right. Yeah.
You were right.
Yeah.
Ben, what are you doing?
This is
Ben?
bold.
Bold indeed.
I don't know what to say because
Ben?
I'm intrigued.
Okay, if this works, he's gonna look like a genius, but if that Duraludon stays in,
Now that they've seen it
and
damage.
Flash Cannon,
Now,
it's not gonna go
prediction
well.
that I don't think if it's wrong, it loses you a game. If it's right,
Yeah.
it puts you in a super duper good spot. This is a huge turn.
Yeah, there's not a ton of spots in these battles where I don't know exactly what Ben is predicting here. Because you can always Terra later. I
Okay.
assume he's expecting some sort of like coverage move and we'll be able to take this a little bit easier. I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see how this plays out.
There's the
We
Ruse.
get the Ruse. We know we outspeed the two things. Now we take super effective stab damage from both this and the other one.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. We may need to ask our coach about that.
We're gonna have to. I don't.
Yeah. No,
I don't fully follow it. Clearly, neither of us do.
No.
That's purely going to be one that we have to ask the Beneral about later. And I think that could be a case where, again, we mentioned in the notes, we talked about this earlier, there is huge importance in this battle to Altaria at some point getting that Terra off. They might just be a little bit antsy knowing sooner rather than later.
Is he gonna try and make a double predicting the Hawlucha to come in? Because if the Hawlucha comes in, he's gonna look like a genius.
Done, so they've got that threat on the other side.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing. It's hard to know.
I think that's what it is. I think that's actually a really good call of, hey, we're in a weird spot here. I need this Terra up so I can switch into something like Scrafty or Hawlucha a little bit easier. I do fully understand that. That actually makes a lot of sense here. This becomes a little bit of a scarier play because now he's trying to force out the Duraludon to make sure that Hatterene can come in and hopefully pressure whatever else is brought in. A really nice thing that Ben's been able to do here is start to whittle down Skuntank and the Duraludon. Once those things are gone, it gets a lot easier for us. But Crocodile is very important to us in this game, so it's tough seeing damage go on that. This turn has to work to make that worth it.
Okay.
It does.
Okay, he did switch.
That's what you love to
You
see.
could see the relief on
And it
Ben's
is
face as that
Scrafty.
switch was made.
Okay.
All right.
Who's coming in?
It all worked out perfectly. This
Because
is
obviously,
really nice.
okay, it is
Seeing
lefties
leftovers
on
intimidate.
the. Okay.
It's obviously a defensive Scrafty, and I mean we've got the dazzling gleam.
They've got.
There's no way it lives with a dazzling gleam. He's got to switch here. He knows what's coming. He's not staying in.
Not to just click this move. It's nice. You bring it up a lot in these battles. Not to steal your thunder. I'm sorry. I know your pockets are already struggling. I don't want to take more from you. But whenever Ben is that decisive, it can put us
Burrito,
a
the
more at ease,
Skun
just knowing
tank.
we're in a great spot, and it's so nice to get damage on this thing.
Is it kill?
Oh.
It does kill!
That is a
Let's go!
right there, Tyler.
Boa! Let's
Skuntank
go!
So good against our entire team outside of the Altaria, and Altaria with the Terra up was not in a great spot. Really,
Fina
really
Cannon.
love that. Don't have
Ah,
to
Maru.
anymore.
Okay, that's just the freest Shadow Ball if I've ever
This
seen one.
thing is scary.
The Assault Vest
A,
on Boa
it's
is
just
really going
a
to come in
scary
clutch here.
Pokemon in general. B, I know there's a thought on Ben's side of what item it's gonna have. He's anticipating that it's weakness policy. We don't know that for sure, but we did have a good idea that this thing was gonna be Calm Mind, and it hits like a truck. Anyways, it's gonna be dealing out some damage.
Yeah, it's a tough spot as you gotta stay in, right? There's no reason to switch and let them get a free Calm Mind up.
Okay.
That's really good damage.
Now, there
At
could
this
be a
point,
Shadow
I
Ball
mean,
coming from that side, but
it's going to be a 3-hit KO.
I don't know.
Can it KO?
Well, and it wasn't
But it
weakness
sets up too
policy.
much.
You get that
at
information.
least, yeah, it was
several
a weakness
times
policy.
from
Good
that
point,
turn.
Tyler.
After a Calm Mind, if the weakness policy hit in, I'd be a little worried at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm still a little worried because this thing is strong regardless, but we have ways around it.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's a weakness policy set, but we're obviously not hitting it with a physical move, so it's not going to get that speed, so we should be able to revenge it.
Armor
We just
Cannon.
need to live this. And I think that's the biggest thing here.
Okay,
Pretty
and
easily.
it's basically
And with
just
the
a
defense
special
throw-
close
whoa,
combat,
whoa,
so
I wasn't even thinking about this. Wait.
come on. Come on.
Kill here?
Come on. Let's go! Boa with 2 kills!
Weak armor never mattered. All right, well, that was the best case scenario, I think.
No, I think it definitely was. I was a
And
little
they're all done
curious
again.
of what was happening on the other side, because, I mean, the Calm Mind there, yeah, I don't know.
Because there's an obvious
At
Flash
that
Cannon
point,
coming
needed to
here,
be
so
able to start
Tentacle is
outspeeding. It's
basically
not
your
gonna be able to get the
only
weakness
switch in.
policy off with what we were doing. But then with its one attack, and then lowering the defenses, making sure that 3-hit KO became a 2-hit KO, it works out super well for us. A huge threat is gone. And man, I mean,
The opponent's on the back foot now.
Absolutely coming in clutch. And all of a sudden, the opponent's on the back foot. No thunder there.
Just knock off.
Yeah,
Just knock off the Easy Light.
Yeah,
Ben?
that's right.
Ben, just knock off the Easy
Toshi,
Light. Thank
the
you.
glorious, handsome man. Don't you over-predict. You get that a violate off. And what a few turns, Tyler.
And all
Bye-bye.
of it was spurred by a decision that we had to sit
Now,
there and
do you
posture
bring
for
in Crocodile
2
here? I
minutes,
mean, obviously,
draw
if you
little brains
don't,
to wrap
and you
around
do
it
it,
all.
they just give him a
Yep.
free
Now,
switch
Looking at the
into
team, a lot of us are chipped down.
Yeah.
On the other
Halucha.
side,
If you're
we're gonna
bringing
continue with those
Galvantula,
stealth rocks.
the Raikou
Yeah,
comes in for
Frostlass is such
free.
an interesting
Frostlass
Pokemon
might be
here
the play
because
here.
It's the first time we've seen it all year, and it's Choice Banded. And we talked about this before the battle. When I see Choice Banded Frostlass, I'm disgusted. But it turns out its attack and special attack are the same. I never knew that.
Yeah, who knew? Not us.
Couldn't be us. Clearly, we don't know anything. We're back to that.
Yeah, unfortunately. Now,
Just wait until this Galvantula comes out and slings some sticky webs.
That would be cool.
and that could be huge late game. But even with this thing losing its Violate, I mean, this is still scary to take on. We had to lose a Pokemon to get rid of that Violate, which was the best thing possible.
No!
Did that do 0 damage? Wait, what happened?
No. He hit one. He needed all 3 hits, and he didn't get them. Oh, no.
I need an adult. That happened so quickly. As I was saying, this thing is terrifying, Tyler.
Like, I took this dime and threw it at it. And by threw, I mean just a gentle...
Oh, wow. That was... But, I mean...
This
That's
was
where a
bad.
Pokemon like this is so terrifying.
This
for
is
our team. We had to
so
sacrifice a Pokemon to
bad.
weaken it, and we ended up sacrificing 2 Pokemon against it. 2 of them. 2! Which is not good. I know you keep saying it's good.
Halucha, I'm guessing.
I mean,
That was the least damage
Yeah.
I've ever seen done in
it
this
hits
game.
3 times. Each hit can miss, but power rises. Yeah, okay. I forgot each hit can miss. I knew it was 90% accurate. I forgot.
If there's a team, if there's a team, if there's a man, if there's a Mon who's going to pull it off and it hit 1 time
Boy.
for that much damage, it's this team. It's that guy, and it was that Mon. That was Choice Banded, by the way.
Yeah, we got to lock in though. That was when you bring choice banded Frostlass. You get rid or you knock off an Eviolite, sacrificing a Pokemon, and then bring in choice banded Frostlass. I'm expecting fireworks, not the dime to hit the Metal Dragon. This is where it is officially scary hours, right? Scary Terry has come out to say hello. But Tyler, we have something very exciting in our back pocket. We have the ability to miss another move. How does that sound to you, big guy?
Riveting. If it's as thrilling as the last miss was, sure.
So,
I mean, and it to at least attempt to reset. It feels almost fitting that it would come full circle like this, where all the momentum was shifted in our favor because of a fantastic.
That's
read
such a
by
bold
Ben,
play. There's no
to
way.
then just
Yeah, but say there's
completely
no
flip
way he stays in there.
because of
There's no way he
horrific
stays in
luck
there.
beyond belief, unless you're a regular
Yeah,
viewer
there
on
was
the
no
channel,
way he
which you
stood in
understand.
there.
That's Pokemon.
Yeah,
I don't know if a
that
battle
was
has
so
ever summed
dumb.
up Pokemon better.
we're going to need a calc here, big guy, as you bring it in. Can we take this thing
Sticky
out?
Whip was the play there. Thunder is
We're gonna
the
test
play
how
here
fast I
because
can
Bug Blood
count.
doesn't kill. Thunder should. It's in that
Pretty
range because the
slow.
Violate's gone.
Let's give it. What percent are you going to put us at here?
You give me
If
some
it's
numbers.
29% or under, we've got a chance.
Okay, no, I think there's a chance. Yeah, we have to go for it here. We have to. We don't miss. Thank you, Compound
Thank
Guys.
you.
There it is. Okay, we are back in this battle. That is absolutely huge. Now, if anyone did miss the team builder,
did I remove the Eviolite before making that calculation? No. But
You're
did what I
fired.
say?
Okay.
Did what I say?
You're fired.
Still apply? Absolutely. Was building drama. That's show business, ladies and gentlemen.
yes, but we are in a scary, scary spot. We need endurance.
That Raikou probably has Volt Absorb,
Possibly at
I
the end of
think.
the game, but we've already shown
Does
those
Raikou
cards.
get Volt
Now
Absorb?
the Raikou
Ah!
is in.
Bobby,
We've
no!
been worried about
It
Calm
should.
Moon,
I'm pretty sure it does.
Gosh, Calm Mind substitute. We see the Calm Mind.
Yeah, it does
There
get
it
Volt.
is.
Because Beacon, I'm pretty sure, gets Water
The moon
Absorb, and
is
then
full tonight.
Entei gets Flash Fire.
Now,
They
we
all
do
get
have
his hidden
speed
abilities.
with the choice scarf on the crocodile.
Or no,
What
wait.
we
No,
might be
it's Inner
able
Focus for
to
Entei. It's
accomplish
Inner Focus.
here
Right?
is
It doesn't
taking
matter. I'm pretty sure this one's
thing
Volt
out
Absorbs up.
with a move
And
that's
we'll
not
keep it at that.
Earthquake, preventing the opponent from just making the easy switch into Hawlucha. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to make that happen. We are not in a really good spot here, Tyler.
That Calm Mind
I
was
do
not
like Duraludon.
great
It is
to
mean.
see.
He said mean things to me. It hurt my feelings. Make me feel better, please.
I don't know if it's going to make you feel better, but I understand what Ben was doing there by staying in and at least trying to get the... I think he really, we're never getting luck, but in case you get the special defense drop, you get a little bit of
case the
count out on the
substitute.
Oh, yeah.
Substitute the sound.
Basically, every bit of coverage,
Yeah.
That checked every box.
Yeah.
We didn't get too much of what we wanted there.
Well, the thing is...
Skull.
I think
Ooh.
everything that he thought was going to happen happened. It's a bad spot. We're worried about substitute, Calm Minds.
Ooh, okay.
There we go. I signaled
The lefties on is annoying, but now that it's back in neutral special defense, if we get the Endure off and get it in Custap range, we can revenge it.
Wants to save the Endure for the Hawlucha.
That would be better. You switch to Boa, you sack it, you bring in Crocodile.
The opponent brought a lot of
But then if you
offense,
do
and
that, that's just a free
that
switch.
triple axle was
And
really
then
tough. We
Brave Bird kills
sacrificed
Galvin.
one
So
mon
yeah,
to
you can't
allow
really
Groudon
do
be
that.
revenged
Otherwise, you lose
by
the game. You
that.
probably just have to go for it
Losing
here.
Frostlass with the Ice Shard for Hawlucha. I mean, it's just that. It's really unfortunate, you know?
Yeah,
And
losing
10%
Frostlass,
is
losing
10%,
Frostlass
and once
was
you start
huge.
stacking it,
That
it's a little
that
bit
was
worse.
so
You're a math
bad.
guy. You can talk a little bit more on that. But we really have to figure out here. I think it comes down to, do you nail the Endure?
I think Ben's checking if there's any use here in the Endure, which there's not. In terms of, he would have had to switch out and used it later, like we talked about. And I guess from his counts and his thought process, everything considered, there's another way around Hawlucha. And so it's better to just go ahead and sacrifice, because there, even if you pull it off on the Raikou, looking at the numbers, there's still no chance to take it out with the bug bust.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be really going for a crit. It's difficult, right? Because it's like you lose the. Is it worth enduring? Get that cuss stat, but if you get that wrong and they get calm minds off, that could be how you lose. I get a lot more worried about Halucha.
Okay, so he did say in there, probably, I don't think...
This.
Where the choice scarf is the most ideal.
No, it is, because we don't
Yeah.
outspeed Halucha without the choice scarf. And we don't outspeed Raikou without the choice scarf.
It was very
Yeah, he probably didn't
Raikou.
think it was
Here,
going to outspeed.
Probably.
Okay, so he probably could have made the switch
Maybe
into
more
Boa and
effective,
preserved the
probably
Galvanic
this
show up.
would go down anyway.
But the
You
safe play
can't
was
let
to
the
just
opponent
sack off
get
Saturn
numbers.
there.
That's what.
Yeah.
Now we bring in
You can't.
Boa,
The
probably
opponent's-
sack it,
It is Halucha.
and
Is
then
Scrafty
hope
the
and
last
pray
one?
that Crocodile can clean up.
Do you not remember either?
I'm just more so scared about the fact that it's Swords Dance, but yes, I believe you're correct.
Oh, that was always going to happen.
Yeah.
And Brave Bird's fantastic as it's going to get
Going
it
to
into
recoil.
range. The question is, can we take down Scrafty if we take this thing down? Or are they going to switch into Scrafty, get the Intimidate, and then will we be able, like, if we have to go for Gunk Shot, are we going to be able to hit enough Gunk Shots to get this done? Because they're going to switch most likely. They stay in! Oh my gosh!
Okay.
Wait!
Oh,
Wait! Oh my, what? Oh my gosh! Is it not Scrafty to end? Am I the big fool here? What's going on? Wait a second. Wait. Oh my god, why did they not switch into the Scrafty? Oh my God.
I'm not going to question
We
anything
have a
just
chance. We should
happened,
not have a
but
chance. This is
now we're back at
incredible. I think we still
neutral.
lose, but wow, there is a
We
real
might
chance.
Now
we
it's
might
interesting.
just
It's very
lose.
interesting. I thought we were dead to rights.
Poison, crit, and poison, crit together.
Crit, poison, miss.
Poison, crit, miss.
Yeah.
Dodge.
I
Dodge,
think you
Woo,
need the
yeah.
crit here to win, because
Wow,
this thing
you
is
switch to
probably
Scrafty there and you
physically
win every single
defensive.
time, every game.
It's probably a lot of fizz
There's
death
no
involved
world where
here.
you lose if you switch Scrafty, and I am so happy.
Intimidate.
Oh, boy,
Oh.
goodness.
Okay.
Oh well.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Well, that.
Yeah,
Okay.
we didn't have a chance, but
But we couldn't dodge the close combat, but it would have been cool. Like the friendship kicked in there.
hey, differential was helped a little bit.
That's fair. Only
It was
a
helped little bit
1-0
genuinely.
loss. Could have been
Well,
worse.
This is an opponent that came into this battle at 1-3 on the season.
They needed this win.
But one of those losses was to Joey by 1.
Yeah.
So you're looking at one of the best battlers in the world. They gave Joey everything they could handle and then some.
That's
Us
true.
looking back on this
When was that battle?
Lenny's
Was it week
big
1 or was that
takeaway
week 2?
from
I
our
forget.
side is the
No, it was week 2 because
absolute-
week 1 was against Galvanic.
that was the triple
Joey.
axle.
Yeah.
But that's a good opponent. They're better than the record would say, which I think you'd apply to most people in this league. They were desperate coming in.
Yeah,
Like you mentioned,
that's
they've
true.
already given somebody like Joey everything they could handle. Nothing really, I think, on our side to really be down about with this loss.
I agree with most of what you're saying, Tyler. I think the opponent we went against, not only did they need this win very badly, but they played incredibly and they prepped incredibly well. I can't really think of any mistakes beyond the one at the end that helped us out differential-wise and really did not affect the end of the battle at all. They just were playing as safe as possible. But it does worry me that triple axle hitting every single time was as important as it needed to be.
Yeah,
If we hit those triple axles,
we
there's
win.
a chance we win this battle. Maybe there's
Yeah.
a good chance of it. But to sacrifice him on to get rid of a Violate and then that or Thunder from Galvantula being our best options to revenge kill that Duraludon, it's just scary. We're leaving it up to chance. That's a huge part of Pokemon. And it's tough. We've been here many times talking about how missing a move or a little bit of hacks was enough for us to win a game or lose a game. And the more we can prevent that from being the main thing we talk about here, the better. But in that situation, it's tough because I don't think our coach could have really done anything else except cross his fingers and hope, and it didn't work out. But it's time to talk to Coach and have a pretty good idea what that first question will be. Coach, I got 3 words for you. Triple axle miss.
John, that miss did not feel good, let me tell you. Frostlass decided to come off the bench, make its debut, and disappoint everyone and its own mother. Absolutely ridiculous. So it's unfortunate that was the best play that I could go for there. If I went to Crocodile, he could have done exactly what he did the following turn after I had to go into Crook, just go into Halucha or anything. If I went into Galvantula and I went for Thunder, then Raikou starts setting up, and that's just as scary. Frostlass did the most for the entire team, to where even if he switched and he went into Scrafty, I get good chip on Scrafty for Crocodile to potentially sweep. So it sucks. Also, turns out his Scrafty did not have a Dark type move.
Hey, what?
He brought a Scrafty without knockoff. So he only had close combat and poison jab with Sword Stance and Protect. So Frostlass would have done a lot more than just pick up the kill on Duraludon. I would have gotten very heavy chip on Raikou. And I mean, I would have been able to do a tremendous amount to Scrafty. And I mean, I just would have had more pawns. I would have had more sacks to work with. So the miss really sucks. It is what it is. I felt like I played well overall. I think I would have won if I did miss, to be completely honest. It would have been closer on the calls just due to Choice Scarf Crook. But me just having more sacks to play and everything really would have benefited me a lot more. I'm not trying to take it away from my opponent, but 2 Thunders and I can only hit 1 triple axel? That's kind of rude.
I know that this wasn't the best matchup for a certain Pokemon that may or may not be under investigation or whatever's going on. So do you have any more information on what is surrounding this situation with Blaziken that I've been contacted for some reason? And when can we expect to see our, or at least my, MVP back out there for Playmore?
Are you asking for insider information for more bets? You are going to get us shut down.
Tyler,
Tyler, please calm down about Blaziken. I was going to have a really good Blaziken set.
Oh,
Originally,
no.
I had it over the Frostlass. But thanks to you, Blaziken couldn't come. He had to get investigated. So I wasn't able to use the cool setup Blaziken that I wanted to use, and now I was stuck with a blind Frostlass. So thank you for that, Tyler. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
What on earth was that last sequence? What on earth was that? Okay. Well, that was a battle. I will say it. But, like I said, next week we got Ellie, then Shuckle King, and then the Uzi Gunner. So, we got some tough opponents left. But we just need 1 win and a good differential. Like if we destroy Ellie with a good differential, we're in. If we win, we have a good chance of getting in. If we lose, we have to win out, and I don't know if we can do that. Or at least win one of our next 2 battles if we lose to Ellie with a good differential. And there's not a chance we beat Shekel King unless the coach brings some crazy propagate against Seabad. I have my faith in the Beneral, though. We can do this. It's going to be tough, but it's still possible, and that's all that matters. We're 3-2 on the season for Playmore. 3 games left. Let's see what happens down the road. But we gotta let Coach do his thing. We gotta let the Beneral do his thing. But in the meantime, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. And that's all I have for now. So next time, look fans. Gotta catch them all!